So, good afternoon without any further delay, because we've been trying to get on actually Instagram, and uh, I think we have a technical issue with this. So, I don't want to think so soon as possible. Here we go. Let's start immediately. I hope your weekend was great. It was kind of a super hectic week of how things were going in Dubai, and it was token 2049. What a week. There was so many events happening parallel to the token 2049. How much can you handle? That was the biggest question that we were able to um, you know be available, and then uh, trying to be on the ground, trying to be near our audience and community, and trying to bring some value. So it's really interesting how it folded up. So many events, day, night, and midnight, especially that the weather in Dubai was a bit against us, if I can say that, because of the hail and the water, everything that happened within that frame. Indeed, Lama, token 2049 was something to really think about. And then let's see, we have another episode or edition, I would say, by the end of the year, around October. So let's wait and see how this will go. So again, without further screen and read in our news. Here we go. Okay. So as usual, don't forget to join us. And most importantly, this week is kind of summarizing up what happened. We have a lot of news to talk about, what happened within the last few weeks, and especially last week, halving. We still don't feel it yet. There's not much of a dump, but we'll talk about it in few. So don't forget any fraud or crypto, please, or any fraud or issues you have faced. Don't forget to do notify us, because we'd like to know about them. And most importantly is to try to really help you if you can. We helped so many people, so why not? Again, don't forget to join us in this event and many other. So meanwhile, subscribe, join, and do make sure to like and share this stream. Yeah, so we are back. And with that, let me tell you about some of the events. Saturday, I'll be in Beirut with the CIO Lebanon Association. I'll be talking about the future of metaverse, blockchain, AI, generative, collective intelligence, and the workplace of tomorrow, with leading people from UiPath, from Fortinet, VMware, and Oracle. So do join me Saturday if you are in Beirut. Tomorrow we have Service Management Forum Arabia webinar with someone who is an IT experienced fanatic. So if you'd love to change your IT experience, this is the one for you. And I think this is very important. And one of my questions tomorrow to Sakari, it will be about today, IT experience management is somehow mature, but now we're rolling into Web3 space, and then we are revisiting Web3 again. So today, the biggest, I would say, hurdle in the Web3 and crypto world and blockchain is the user experience. So let's see how he will be able to help us. So let's start our news by talking about a little bit about the Bitcoin halving, which was an awaited event last week, and it happened, and it was confirmed, and the market was somehow and is on 64 525 thousand USDT, US dollars in terms of value. Last week it was more or less coming up to the same, maybe a little bit lower, but this is what it's been for the last, I think, 2-3 weeks now after going from ATH till to date. So we're gonna be seeing, I think, more stability in the space, uh, short term, and on a long term, we can only predict the way down or up. We're waiting for another uptrend, while some others will claim it will fall again. Either way, I think all-time high did reach something, a new all-time high, I would say. But was it enough in terms of how we used to previously, work, or how Bitcoin actually worked? Not necessarily, because all-time high percentage was much, much, much higher. So according to the statistics, we still have another all-time high for Bitcoin within here to the next 6 months. So if you watched the live and your transactions were committed by then, that was good, because I think that was a successful, automated, most importantly, algorithmic. So it was an algorithm working, nothing else. That said, let's move on to, yep, it doesn't want to move, Binance, and figure out what's happening with Binance. Binance is in hot water. Binance is really facing some serious heat. Last week, I was heavily involved with Binance. Thank you, Binance, for all of the things that you have done, connecting the community, being the leader in token 2049, having our clubhouse, meeting a lot of network there. Big shout out to Mo. Mo is a big community leader in this space, and he's with Binance. So, and of course for the rest of the team, CEO was there. All of the figures in the region were there, and also congratulations to Binance on getting the VARA license last week. Also, that was kind of a big news to announce. So now they have a full license to operate. So we have to wait and see how will this be affected for the retail. For you and me as general people, not just trading on application, but actually off ramping, or having the cash part, or giving new services in terms of in and out, and so on. But going back to our news, because there's update. So the U.S. prosecutors are really reporting around 36 months jail sentence to the founder CZ. We have to wait and see what's the final ruling will be, because the investigation is happening on some of the business or personal practices. Regardless, I think this is an institution. Whoever heads or lead the institution, we've seen in some similar situation in global banks. The management moves, and this is what happened with CZ. He moved away, and then he gave it to Richard Tang, and now Richard is the CEO who is functioning on behalf of this. And you can see also that the company is still in good hands, and it's still implementing safe practices. We have to remember that back in 2018 or 19 or even 17, and going back even further, before Binance, there was no rule. There was no real regulation in terms of crypto exchanges and what are they supposed to do. So I think he will be hammered based on that part of the years. But again, we have to wait and see what will happen. Now, if we move to our second news, which is Bitcoin ETH as Coil traders limbo after halving. This whole space is really moving, up and down. It seems a bit of lull after the recent Bitcoin halving, which is something I think normal. Crypto traders are stuck in a state of limbo, unsure which direction was it going up or down. What is the projection of the prices? So some of the experts are analyzing the situations, and some articles are being published, but until date we're still uh, not clear. Of course, this whole market cannot be predicted, but according to previous statuses or previous halvings, that's one. And according to previous all-time highs behaviors, uh, this is so far is not as far as halving. It is somehow within the norms, but as far as all-time high, this is not within the norms of what's happening in this space. So we still have to see, how it is gonna be. Yeah. So again, we're back to talking about halving a little bit and then seeing what's the latest. Now we move our story to another one, which is AI hit by exploits. But why is this important? Because now we're shifting gear and talking about security. But AI trading platforms are part of this crypto, uh, market, part of this FOMO, and they suffered recently an incident in cybersecurity with a critical exploit, allowing hackers to steal around $157,000 before it was really detected. So this is a reminder of the importance of robust security, not just on the AI, on the code, on the smart contracts, on the blockchain itself. We really have to always be alert of how things, and as fast as possible try to act and then involve the authorities themselves. So you can find more details. I will put the link below on this if you are like to dig deeper into technicalities. So make sure that you want to know more. Hi Ali again. Yeah, it was amazing seeing you last week. I saw a lot of people last week. Good friends, old friends, new friends. So it was really lovely seeing you, Ali, and the rest of the crew, because I think this is the most important part of the world of Web3 and crypto is the community itself. Now we'll jump into our final news, which is crypto industry groups sue SEC overarching deal rule expansion. So yeah, um, in the world of crypto, it's always, as they say, crazy land. So now we're seeing it in a different or opposite way, not SEC suing, but the community and a lobby group is suing this time. So it's kind of interesting to see how this is folding. Why are they suing? Because some of the regulations that being applied by SEC is a bit too tough for them. That doesn't exist maybe somewhere else. It's a very high profile lobby. Um, so they want on the dealer, some ease on the way they actually work, on the way they actually do their deals day to day. So let's see where this lawsuit will go. This is something kind of new in the world of crypto, where usually we're used to the SEC and Gary Gensler, the famous Gary Gensler, which I will share his famous interview, super famous interview with the Senate. So let's wait and see how will this fold within the few weeks, and then we were gonna be managing accordingly. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for being with us, and then don't forget to like and share. It's really interesting to get this moving and try to be on a safe side, try to explore this whole space, this whole new space, I would say. It's really interesting. So I'll wait for 1 minute, and if you have any question you'd like to take, I'll be more than happy to share or to answer it. Uh, you know, uh, so meanwhile, yeah, Elias, Hong Kong ETFs. Yes. So finally, not just ETFs, it's very important. And thank you for the question, Elias. The Hong Kong ETFs are something that is not just unique, but we've seen the BlackRock ETFs on Bitcoins beginning of this year, and then the volume of transactions that have been pumped into this space. But now the Hong Kong ETFs are something unique. Why? Because they have included Ethereum also. So it's a financial product, not just for Bitcoin now, and for Ethereum, which I would doubt soon SEC will regulate it on the will regulate ETFs. Sorry, will regulate Ethereum ETFs in SEC the US. So that's good for Hong Kong, for the investors. Now they can trade in the ETF business. So now they have two options in the crypto space. So for those who are still industry, and especially BTC and Ethereum, here we go. One of the most important exchanges and or security exchanges in the world was in US and Hong Kong, and soon here Singapore will be in the same space. So because this is a 3U, and then later on Dubai will take it and pick it up also, so that will be kind of good. So yeah, that's the news about Hong Kong ETFs. It's something kind of unique. So we're gonna be waiting to get more information on when it's gonna be listed and when we're gonna be trading. So I think it is already pre-approved or finally approved, but date of launch I'm not aware when. By next week maybe I'll try to update and then see what is going on. So with that, I'd like to thank you and always support us. See you next week.